Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Dr. Taskunisa, Assistant Professor and Head, Department of Economics, Asian University of Bangladesh. So, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
How are you?
Fine, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, we are well.
Okay. Already you are joining. You have joined Bapun Segma, MD Murshid Alam, MD Robiul Islam, Muhammad Hashi, our foreign students, Ruxana Afroz Ida, and Roni Mullah. So, some important thing, remember always, for every courses, remember the course title and course code, right? So, the name of my course is title of course, Population and Human Resource Development, okay? And course code is ECON 5205. This some information you need to know when you will attend in your exam. Then you have to fill up the form, okay? Write your ID number, course title, course code, that course teacher name, okay? And then section, in which section are you attending in your class, okay? So remember all of these things. And of course, on important things. So course code. Sometimes students only write down the, like this course 5205, but this one is the not exact course code. Of course, you have to write the full name, okay, full identity. Of course, you have to add ECON, ECON, ECON 5205, okay, because the 5205, this number may be used by another department, right? So don't use, yes, so don't use only the digit, okay? Of course, you have to write the letters and then the digit. This one is the full code, okay? Right. So my course code is ECON 5205, okay? Right, remember. So today I am going to discuss about chapter 6. This one is human resource planning, okay? So reference of this chapter is Human Resource Management and Industrial Relations, written by Khan and Tahir, 3rd edition. Okay. So in this chapter, we will study concept of HRP, need of HRP, objectives of HRP, HRP at different levels, importance of HRP, process of HRP, and matching demand and supply in HRP. Okay. Today I am going to discuss the 4 subtopics. Concept of HRP, that means concept of human resource planning, need of human resource planning, objectives of human resource planning, and human resource planning at different level. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to discuss the concept of HRP. It means human resource planning is the continuous process of systematic planning ahead to achieve optimum use of an organization's most valuable asset, quality employees. Okay, and that means the human resource planning ensures the best fit between employees and jobs while avoiding manpower shortage or surpluses. Okay, so that means manpower planning relates to thinking about assembling and utilizing human resource of the right kinds and in the right number capable of performing the right jobs. So in a sentence, we can say human resource planning is the act of allocating and utilizing of human resources. Okay, so in a sentence, we can say human resource planning is the act of allocating and utilizing of human resources. So can anyone tell us what do you mean by human resource planning in a sentence? So can anyone tell us what do you mean by human resource planning? Bapon Sekba?
According to me, ma'am, it is a systematic organizing, no, organizing human. That it is a continuous process, not systematic planning.
Yes. For uh,
For the quality employee, no, so that
okay. So in a sentence, we can say the act. So
is
the
the act
last
of
para, what? The act of allocating.
and utilizing the human resources.
Okay, good. So in a sentence, we can say again. Human resource planning is the act of allocating and utilizing of human resources. Okay. So two major things of the related to concept with HRM on the allocating and utilizing. Okay.
Utilizing
Of okay.
resources.
Allocating human resource. Okay. Good. And then now I'm going to discuss the need of human resource planning. Why do we need human resource planning? Okay. So human resource requires planning because of several reasons. These are one, four critical features. Number two, supply of skilled manpower is scarce. And number three, rapid technological change. Okay? And number four, human resource planning minimizes cost of recruitment and training. So human resource planning minimizes two costs. One is recruitment cost and training cost. Okay. And number five, retain qualified employees. And number four, each RP can reduce wastage. Human resource planning can reduce wastage. And number seven, profit sharing. Okay. So now I will discuss these regions. Why do we need of human resource planning? I will explain these regions briefly. So four critical features. So what are the four critical features? One is higher level of skill, two is higher level of productivity, and number A is higher level of skill, B is higher level of productivity, number C person's mental satisfaction and mobility of labor. Okay, so human for for higher level of skill, a long period of time it is required to get exposed to fulfill skilled employee. Okay, and then number B is higher level of productivity. So more a person achieves higher level of productivity, the longer he remains on the job. Okay, number C is person's mental satisfaction. So a person's mental satisfaction affects his productivity, and investment in human resource belongs to the individuals who may take he or her his or her skills. Okay. So, and number D is mobility. Okay, so mobility of labor is also mobility of his or her productivity, which is under control. Okay, so these four are the critical features. That's why we need human resource planning. Okay, and then the second is supply of skilled manpower. Okay, supply of skilled manpower is scarce compared to demand. Okay, demand for skilled manager has been rising due to increased growth process. Skill hand is a mobile commodity and can be transferred from one country to another. Okay, so according to Saifullah, a company trains a man just lost him. Many underdeveloped countries accepted financial supports from the developed countries to get their youth trained in superior management, know-how, but many of them youth did not return to their motherland. This is true also for Bangladesh. Okay, so but the government seems happy because of the remittance sent by these immigrants. So as a matter of fact, youth are sent because of the need for foreign exchange. So we need a human resource planning for the supply of skilled manpower. Okay, so we have unskilled manpower a lot, but when we need skilled or experienced manpower, then it is scarce. Okay, so next number is rapid technological change. Okay, so human resource planning is also required because of rapid technological change. Okay, jobs and job requirements are changing faster. Place of technological changes is being accelerated. Direction of technological change has been decreasing the job demand for unskilled worker, right? So, what direction of technological change has been decreasing the job demand for unskilled labor, but opposite situation is the demand for skilled labor is high. So there is demand for newer skill requiring new training and retiring. Okay, and then the next point is human resource planning minimizes cost of recruitment and training. Okay, so we need human resource planning for human resource planning it's because it minimizes cost of recruitment and training. Because training has a cost, there is also cost of pension, gratuity, provident fund, and other fringe benefits. Okay, higher recruitment cost encourages upgrading from within. So as a result, the time during which an employee's need contribution are not less than his or her need cost of employment. Okay, so he or she most likely to be retained. So we need human resource planning because human resource planning minimizes cost of recruitment and training. Okay, and then the reason for why we need human resource planning, number 5 reason is retain qualified employees. So increasing mobility of human resource has created management problem to retain qualified employees. So in the middle of 1990, when several new private banks were permitted, and these new banks offered very high salary to um, Walter, their executive from their present bank. The old banks had to give several pay rises in order to retain their own employees. Okay? And then number 6, the reason why we need human resource planning. So human resource planning can reduce wastage rate. Okay, so human resource planning can reduce wastage rate caused by labor turnover or executive turnover. Okay, so some writers have categorized this wastage as voluntary and involuntary. Okay, so there are 2 kinds of wastage of labor. So what do we mean by voluntary wastage? So voluntary wastage includes departure on account of marriage, migration, running after for money, more convenience, posting, more promotion, better prospects, better working environment, and lucrative facilities. Okay, and in case of involuntary wastage, involuntary wastage takes place through death or illness, etc. Okay, in Bangladesh, turnover rate is going up at present. Okay, so maximum is happened because of the voluntary wastage. Okay, and number 7 is the profit sharing. So profits sharing system plays the role of magic. Profit comes out of efficient work, and more profit means more bonus, more expansion, more growth prospect, and also higher image of the company. Okay, so these are the region why do we need human resource planning. Okay, so next I am going to discuss the objectives of HRP. Okay. So the basic purpose or objective of having a human resource planning is to have an accurate estimate of the number of employees required with matching skill requirements to meet organizational objectives. Okay, so here more specifically, uh, the objectives of human resource planning is number one is to forecast the future need of human resource. Okay, so human resource planning is essential to determine the future manpower, okay, needs in a organization. In the absence of such a plan, it would be difficult to have the services of right kinds of people at the right time. Okay, so it's very important. So the forecast to forecast the future need of human resource in a country. Okay, in a company. And number two is cope with change. Human resource planning is required to cope with change in market condition, technology, products, and government relations in an effective ways. These changes may often require the services of people having requisite technical knowledge and training. In the absence of manpower plan, we may not be in a position and enlist their services in time. That means here the cope with the change in our last chapter, we discussed the environment of human resource management. Here we see that lots of environment. This one is external environment and internal environment. So a company need to cope with change. Okay. And the third objective of human resource planning is use existing human resource productively. Okay, so it is very important. So use existing manpower. So by keeping an inventory of existing personnel in an enterprise by skill level, training, education, qualification, and or experience, it will be possible to utilize the existing resources more usefully in relation to the job requirements. Okay, this also helps in decreasing wage and salary cost in the long run. Okay, so the objective of human resource planning is number 4 is promote employees in systematic manner. Okay, so human resource planning provides useful information on the basis of which management decides on the promotion of eligible person in the organization. Okay, so in the absence of a manpower plan, it may be difficult to ensure regular promotion to competent people on a justified basis. Okay, so it's very important of a company of human resource plan. Okay, and the another objectives of human resource planning is necessary manpower is available when required. Okay, so of course here in this case the human resource planning management needs a very sharp and clean observation of manpower. Okay, number 6 is to relate human resource planning with the organizational planning. So another objective of human resource planning is to relate human resource planning with the organizational planning. Okay, that means the central planning. That and number 7 objective of human resource planning is provide information. Okay, so human resource planning needs to provide information, exact information about the employee of a institution, of an institutions. And number 8, analyze current workforce. Okay, so the human resource planning have to analyze current workforce. Okay, and the one more objective of human resource planning is determine manpower gap. Okay, so of course human resource planning need to determine manpower gap of that institution. Okay, and number 10 objectives of human resource planning is the realizing organizational goal. That means the human resource planner of an institution, of course, it has to realize the organizational goal, and they have to plan according to the organizational goal. Okay, so that they can achieve the goal of that institution. Okay, right? And now today's last subtopics is human resource planning at different level. Okay, so here we can see the 4 human resource level. One is at a national level, sectoral level, industrial level, unit level, and job level. So can you tell us? Anyone tell me the how many levels? Different.
There are four levels, 5 levels.
5. Okay. What are they?
Ma'am,
National level, sectoral level, which means
Okay.
agriculture, industrial level, unit level, job level.
Okay. And Ruxana Ida, do you want to say anything?
ma'am,
So how many? Yes.
HRP at different level. There are
5
national full level of
for whole nation. Okay. One national level, 2
for
হচ্ছে
whole
sectoral.
nation, 2 sectoral level, agriculture, industrial and service.
Okay.
3 level হচ্ছে industrial level for particular industry, textile, cement, chemical, etc.
Etc. Okay.
Etc.
Okay. And for
unit level, company's business plan.
According to company business plan. Okay.
5 level, job level, particular job within a different department, accountants and salesmen.
Okay. Thank you. So we can see here the HRP at different level. So number 1 is national level. Okay. Generally, in this case, this human resource planning is related to whole nations. Okay, so generally government at the center plan for human resources at the national level. It forecasts the demand for and supply of human resources for the entire nations. Okay. And number 2 is sectoral level. So manpower recruitments for a particular sector like agricultural sector, industrial sector, or service sector, our project is based on the government policy, projected output and operations, etc. So every country is have the mainly they use the three industry and service sector. So when the human resource plan is used for sector wise, then it called sectoral level. Okay. And in case of industrial level, for particular industry, this like textile, cement, chemical, ceramic. Okay. So we can say that when the human resource planning is related to particular industry, then we call it industrial level human resource planning. Okay. And number 4 is unit level. So in this case, human resource need of an organization or companies based on the company's plan. Okay. According to company's plan, human resource will plan about their employees. Okay. And number 5 is job level. So human resource planning needs a particular job family within a department. Okay. Like that of accounts, salesmen, etc. are focused at the level. So these are all of the human resource planning at different level. So today, do you have any questions about our topics?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
You have meeting, no, ma'am?